Alright guys, so welcome to today's session of Protronic C programming tutorials. I'm Daltech and I'm going to take you through on how to create a header file today. So before we start, please like this video, subscribe and share to your friends to see more creative videos. Now these two lines of code at the top of your editor, they are called preprocessor directives. Okay, preprocessor directive, that's pre in there. Now, this piece of software that we are using is not just only for typing code with it. It's not just for typing code, okay? But it also takes the program that we write and converts it to ones and zeros that the computer can understand. Okay, this process is known as compilation. So it takes the program that we write, converts it to ones and zeros, converts it to binary, so that the computer can understand it. Computer doesn't understand this normal English that we use. It deals with ones and zeros. Those in electronics who understand it as high voltage and low voltage. Okay, so before your code compiles, this software first takes the files in the preprocessor directive and includes it before going down to the rest of the program. So these two files here, it includes it before going down to compile the rest of the program that we write here. Now the stdio example, the stdio we have here stands for its standard inputs outputs header files. Okay, it is what allows us to use the printf function, the scanf function, and other input and output functions without. If I delete this stdio library now, if I type printf, okay, we are not going to, it's not going to work. You can try it out if you like. Well, because of time, let's just continue. Now there is another preprocessor directive that you can use apart from include, and it's called define. Now what this does, that is used to define constants. So it's written this way: hash define is used to define constants that you be using in your code. Constants are placeholders just like variables, but the difference is that constants, once defined, does not change throughout the program. So let's just define a constant Protronics. Okay, let's define a constant team. The constant name, just like our variable name, is team. So, and it's going to hold Protronics students. So we define a constant called team, and it's going to hold Protronics students. So if you had noticed, this constant here is in capital letters. So we do that to differentiate constants from program. Even if you use it with small letters, it still work. But this is just like what all programmers do, so that anywhere in your code, if you see anything written with capital letter or in someone's code, you will know, okay, this is a constant. Now you can just go ahead and use this constant to print out something on your screen. So now let's just print out my team name is sorry. So my team name is, instead of putting the variable name, Okay, my team name is percentage %s, so because what we are dealing with is string. Now, instead of putting a variable name, put a constant team. So it's going to, my team name is percentage %s. It will go and check okay team, and then to go to team. Okay, team is holding electronic students. It will print electronic students. So let's just go ahead and run this program. So as you can see, said my team name is Protronics, just like we once said. So that's it, sweet. Now, uh, so now let me go ahead and show you guys how to include your own custom made header files, just like this. Now, you just go to File, click New, Empty File. Do you want to add this project? Blah, blah, blah. Yes. So you name it. So what are we going to name it? Let's just say, let me name it my own Daltech. Oh shit, or should I use small letter? Daltech.h. So don't forget to put .h there. That makes it so that see we understand that is a header file. Okay. Now, as you can see, it opened another uh, editor sheet for us. So okay, this in this .h file, we can make a preprocessor directives. We can write a different set of code, define variables such that after defining those variables, once we include this .h file in this project, it will run everything in this .h file before coming to run this program. So anything we define in this .h file can be used to run the program in this main.c file. Okay, so let's just go ahead and define some constants. So let's define team. Let's define team. Oh, this is kind of small. So okay, so let's go ahead and define team. So our team is Protronic students. Okay, so let's find maybe level in the university. You can see still using capital letters. Sorry. So since level, we are defining level is an integer value, so there is no need for quotation marks. So level 300. Sweet. So now we can go ahead and include our .h file here. So whatever we defined in this .h file can be used to work with this main.c file. Okay, so let me just clear this. Okay, now let's go ahead and include directive.h. So hash include. So now you'll be expecting me to put these brackets here, but no, that's not what we're going to use. We're using these brackets here is telling the compiler that okay, it means that the compiler should search in the default folder for header files. That's the default folder where the original header files have been made. Okay, where the the people that made this software, where you find your stdio and your stdl, std library.h and the rest. But no, that's not where we have our own header file. Okay, so we use quotation mark. So quotation mark means that the compiler should search in the same folder as the program file. Okay, so you get to understand better later. So we use quotation marks. So we are including um, our header file is outtech.h. All right, so we have already included it. So we can go ahead and say, okay, we have already printed team. I'm kind of lazy, so I just have to. Okay, so uh, I am in percentage d level. That's okay. So let's just go ahead and print this. So okay, you can see that my team name is Protronic Students. I am in 300 level. That's nice. The last thing that I would like to show you with the header file is just a cool mathematics. Just the last example before we go. So now let's write a program. Let's write a program that calculates the number of personal projects a Protronic student should do per semester, depending on their level in the university. All right. So let's define integer. Let's define a variable projects. Integer projects. Okay. So projects is assigned to our project is equal to level level divided by 100 plus 2. All right, so what's going to happen here is that our level here, the value of our level from the preprocessor from the header file, is going to be divided by 100 plus 2. So any Protronic students, if you want to know the number of projects you should do per semester, it is your level divided by 100 plus 2. That's your level all over 102. I know you ask why am I using 100 plus 2 instead of just use 102. Gets what? It just kind of make you get used to the mathematics. So you can just run this bad boy. Oh, sorry. So we didn't tell you to print it. So let's just go ahead and say printf. Let's print. Uh, let's just say I am Dalo. I am Dalo. Okay. Then I have to do. I am in. Okay. Let's say I'm in 300 level. 300 level, and the next one is the number of projects I'm supposed to do. Okay, so I will do, sorry, percentage D Protronics projects this level. So we write projects. So let's just go ahead and run this bad boy. I am that low. I'm in 300 level. I'll do 5 Protronics students, 5 Protronics project this level. Wow, that's not too big. I can be able to do that. So that's it for these tutorials, guys. I'm tired. I'm not going to say any other thing. I'll see you in the next tutorial.